Hey everyone, this is Jonah Johnson with you for another edition of JJ in the Field.
Hey everyone, Jonah Johnson here, Sales Agronomist with PCC Sunrise. Now we're in the second week of May here in 2020, and I'm with Luke Turner down here in southern Clinton County. And today we're looking at some soybeans, and we're trying to estimate freeze damage on these soybeans. This field we were in, if you look behind me here, the beans, if you windshielded this, you probably really couldn't see them too well, but when you actually get out here and start digging plants, these were planted the second week of April, like I said, and they are finally emerging through. So last Friday, as you're all aware, we had quite a hard freeze event. We had, at least where I live in central Greene County, 26 degrees for 3 or 4 hours there over the evening. And so a lot of growers are asking, besides their wheat, like we've been talking about a lot the last couple weeks, is how's my soybeans? Because a lot of guys had soybeans that were getting emerged at that time. Corn we're not as worried about because that growing point's below ground, but the soybean plant, the second it nudges up its neck and the crook and those cotyledons come out, that's where our growing point is. So Luke, if you wouldn't mind zooming in here. So we dug some plants, and when we look at these plants, you note that the cotyledon, it's purple, and sometimes that can be a concern, but the good news here is that it's firm. And so a fun fact on these soybeans, when you have a purple hypocotyl, we're gonna have a purple flower. If the hypocotyl here is green, we're gonna have a white flower. That's as long as it's firm and it's not a result as an environmental impact. So the next question is, as we look at these soybeans, is the growing point still alive? And so the growing point on a soybean is this active point right in here in between these leaves. And so these cotyledons here are still firm and in good shape. But if you look at these unifoliate leaves that are trying to emerge, they're rather crispy. And it's hard to tell at this moment. But the good news here is, if we zoom in, and hopefully you can see this, right here in the center we got some new growth, this apical meristem, some new leaves coming out here. And that's what we want to look for if our soybeans are going to survive this last freeze. If we don't see that, then we know we probably have an issue. And so we really probably need to wait till Monday to make the call whether or not these beans are going to survive. The first couple days this week are being cold and balmy. We need days 4 to 5, maybe 6 or 7, depending on what the weather is during the week, but of active growing, warmer weather like we're supposed to get to in this week. And so a lot of the beans in this field, some of these look pretty boogered up. This hypocotyl here doesn't look very happy, but it's pretty promising. Look like these beans should survive. And so again, we got to hurry up and wait. But again, on this one, another great example, we see some new green growth coming out at that apical meristem coming out of that plant. And so I feel pretty good about these beans should survive. So if you have pockets in your fields that have big holes and they didn't emerge in general, then we know those may be candidates for replant, but these have a pretty uniform stand across the field, and we'll keep evaluating these and keep in touch with you. And so until next week, this is Jonah Johnson with PCT Sunrise. Thanks for watching.